Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we finally finished up with the second bit of DLC and dealt with, Whale's body. With that finally dealt with, it's time for us to return to our main mission. Also, now that I think about it, I just want to check this again. 3 more kills with it. 3 more Kith kills for that. A lot more misses for that, and you need a few more dexterity afflictions applied, which is why I'm taking you with me. It's time for us to head up to the Ashen Maw. Oh, I didn't realize I was paused. Okay. Head up to the Ashen Maw. We've got a quest to complete. Main quest at that, because we don't really have anything else. We have Weights and Fire. That we need to finish this for. That one doesn't want to be completed for some reason. Actually, now that I think about it, is there anyone it recommends I take? No, there is not. I can take whatever. And I have my group with me. Right. There's the Ashen Maw right up there. Let's investigate it. Thick smoke, black as death, plumes from the peak of a rumbling volcano, the largest in the chain of mountains that makes up Mogren's Teeth. A serrated fissure gapes in the mountainside, deep and dark, but intermittently lit by a red-hot glow. The cavernous opening is too narrow for the Vixen to sail through. The skiff sways tumultuously in the superheated water the closer you row to the cave's cracked opening. Lava burbles down the mountainside, scorching rivers that disappear into the dark blue sea. Inside the rock face, the sound of churning magma grows louder, and the air warms around you, beating sweat along your brow. Alright. Ashen Maw, late winter. Oh, we just go right up here.
This where Gone stormed through? At least the docks are still intact.
The hull of this longboat has been varnished with a flame-resistant amalgam. Though ash in the skin of this dead giant remains hot to the touch. Angry Troll. Grog. Let's see. Bonus to resolve, and the party cannot engage and is immune to engagement. Also, anyone in your party will die when they are knocked unconscious. Cannot engage and immune to engagement. This is a horrible idea. No. I am never going to use him. Alright, so that's the way in, but there does appear to be something on the side over here, and I'm curious what that is.
Well, no welcome's better than a bad one.
Possibly.
Leave it to me.
The burned remains of these prisoners wear the tatters of sailors' garb. Oh, you need to have your AI on. I don't know why it turns it off every time I swap her out. It's incredibly stupid. Rathun Vanguard. Slumped against the stones of the bridge, a giant clutches at his bashed-in chest. It's a mess of sinew and blackened iron bones, fiery blood flickering between his splayed fingers. Thickly rasping a breath, the warrior lifts his heated gaze to your face.
Extinguished or crushed. Us all, defiler.
He struggles to speak. The agony of a slow death blazes through the scrawls in his skin, shrouding him with a veil of fire. You're a fire giant, an elemental servant of Mogren's, aren't you?
You are not mistaken. I am but one of Mogren's elite champions, birthed from her flames, soon reunited in glory.
What happened to you?
Damned Reaper of souls and God of lies. Margaren's most foul enemy.
I think I see him. More blood fire licks from the Rathoon's cracked chest, slowly charring his arm. I need to get to Aethys.
Servants of the Defiler God. Damn you.
He chokes, liquid fire trickling from his lips. Mercy killed by administration of poison. May as well drink this and rest easy. He closes his hot ember eyes, a relieved sigh rushing from his chest as he brew up and then tip a vial of poison to his lips. The icy, slushy mixture takes effect immediately, dousing his flames with a sweep of hoarfrost through his veins. He leaves his face cold and ashen and dead.
Well, that was worth doing, even if we got nothing in return.
Jody swings her lantern back and forth over the warrior's body until a large, shimmering cloud of essence sifts up and into her lantern. She grunts, the lantern dipping in her hand as if heavier momentarily. And there's Aethys. Time for us to make our way in. We need to speak with him. But I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with more of these giants. We've got more of a fight on our hands. This windlass is far too massive and heavy for a kith to operate.
Means they're all dead, right?
I have a feeling the answer will be no. I mean, we're gonna loot everything we can on the way.
Sure.
We could pick that lock, but I'm curious what's in this direction. It might have a key.
No sweat. Reckon this is what happens when you try to keep a guard from his plans.
Ishi, now is the chance if you had any second thoughts.
Ashen key. Yep, I was right. A rock slide has collapsed this section of the keep. Yeah, there we go. That key will let us in. Still no sign of any living ones, but if there's any living ones, they'd be inside the keep. Found him.
Kith trespasses in the goddess's maw? But how?
Incensed, the giant warrior hulks. Her thick muscles twitch, red markings glowing hotly against her ashen skin.
You must seek to follow in your defiler god's footsteps. You will not, for I will smite you where you stand!
Bellowing, she hefts a massive sword overhead. But a second giant slams the haft of his iron staff into the warrior's hard-muscled stomach, abruptly halting her attack.
Hold, Sega! I would speak to this filthy minion of the wretched god Aethys before you char her bones to dust.
I'm no friend of Aethys. He stole a piece of my soul, and I mean to get it back.
Ha! You think to confront an embodied god? Then you are either powerful beyond comprehension, or as much a fool.
He cants his head, broad fingers scratching at the rivets of his helm.
Yet you imply you do not serve him.
I do not. Technically, I serve Bareth, but regardless. The first giant's grip turns white-knuckled on the hilt of her sword. Her muscles strain and the metal quivers in her hand.
Rakir, move! We cannot allow these intruders to live.
Again, she thrusts the sword high. With a shrug of his meaty shoulders, he steps aside. Aethys has consumed your warrior's very souls, but I've faced him before and am still standing. Shoulders taut with tension, the warrior eyes the strewn corpses of his fellow Rathoon at arms. They lie like dried husks. They lie dried like husks, siphoned of their souls. He places a hand out to hold the warrior back. He studies you intently.
You would face us in battle rather than flee? I like your mettle. Kethu does not cower before Margren's greatest warriors. We have not yet defeated the embodied god, but that does not mean we won't. The Drotiger is readying another assault from within the Jagged Keep as we speak.
Equivalent of a warlord.
I will permit you to scamper closer to God's face, if you believe you can survive. Scurry deeper into the maw, but know that my brethren may squash you.
I worry Magren plans to erupt this volcano. If you stay, you'll die. He hefts his meaty shoulders in a heavy shrug.
Our duty is foremost to Margren. We guard the maw to its fiery end.
How can I reach Aethys?
All who neared the intruder god were gutted until extinguished. You think your soul could last even half so long as Rathoon's?
Maybe the kifs will last longer.
She snorts, but the other warrior ignores her, answering in her stead.
Only Margaren's shrine without Jagged Keep can lead you to the Defiler God. Kith, if Margaren wishes you to face him, surely she will fire the way.
And you plan to attack Aethys.
First, we recover the wounded and their weapons, drag them into the Jagged Keep, and then we will kill a god.
Smacking the head of his staff against his chest, he bears you a garish grin. Farewell, then.
I'll be with the bodies, but this time gentle your grip.
It can't be helped, Rakir. These fallen are brittle.
Alright, I'm going to avoid stealing if I can. Those technically don't count as stealing. But at least they will allow us to move on. Alright. So this leads to the Fortress Bridge. I'm gonna drop down a save before we go on. Alright, let's head down. See what we get. Find a way to Aethys.
Should we be concerned about that?
Probably.
Ain't the volcanoes in Mogren's Teeth supposed to be inactive? I got a bad feeling this one's waking up.
That is very worrying
Leave
indeed.
it to me.
Getting plenty of primal flames out of this, at least. So we have Lair of the Ancient and Jagged Keep. I feel like...
Aethys do this?
Apparently so. Oh, here we go. Foes to deal with.
Hitting the water.
Flame Bat, Flame Blight. Ooh. Now we're finally going to be able to have use from ice spells.
That's the stuff. You like that? Let's go.
Oh yeah, these guys are dying very easily. This DLC helped us out a lot. Look at that, they're all dead.
Watch it!
And we took barely any damage. That is nice.
Why not?
Deep gashes mar this Rathoon's armor and flesh. Loose grit and jagged boulder chunks litter the broken section of this bridge. Lair of the Ancient. If it's the Jagged Keep that we would be going through in order to continue, then I wonder what's in the Lair of the Ancient. I'm curious. Okay, more fire
Had
beings.
someone in my...
Moe, Ixie, Alna. Let's do this.
Magma oozes.
So help me God.
Fire
I'm the
beings.
next one of you who takes aim at me.
We are very strong here. I wonder if we'll be able to take out the really powerful beings. The world bosses that are littered around. Oh, he waits in... Okay, addendum. Oh, dear.
All right, that one felt more serious. This does not sound good.
No, it doesn't.
Ishi, don't let your feathers catch.
This place smells and feels like hell in the stories Uncle Angbert used to tell me to make me behave as a child.
Something's
Leave it to
here.
me.
A haze of soul essence sifts up like smoke from a corpse scored with heavy claw marks. Oddly, no blood pools beneath the body. The wounds have been cauterized. Reach for the soul. Hot to the touch, the essence slowly wafts through your fingers. Then you're tumbling down into the feverish sensation of a soul reed. You are a great champion, a Goliath among giants, your chest tight with pride, and now something darker, a strange dread. It flickers inside of you like the fires of a walking forge, because you know you too are soon to be tempered as you stare down upon the distant god, the Defiler your brothers and sisters died to defeat but could not. who now gluts on the Ardra Spire, striking plans against Magran. The iron chains that suspend the bridge beneath your feet drip blood and sweat. Weeping, the maw spans below, battered by the invader, the jagged keep now ever more apt in name. He cut a path to the spire and could not be stopped. He drank deeply from so many of you. The Barenthis watches beside you. She is fierce and will know what to do. She can hear Magran within the flames. Without further delay, she hastens you into the dragon's lair. She will call the beast, and it will ride with you into the assault. Inside, the cavern is dark and simmering. The Barenthis rushes ahead of you, despite your barked warning. Something is wrong. The heat rolls against your skin, a whisper of death, dangerous rather than comforting. The Defiler god has riled the dragon. The Barenthis has raised her torque high as if to collar the dragon, the light of it sheening her helm in the darkness. She is thundering. The time has come, Jada! Submit to Magran's will! And the walls rumble from a sudden earthquake. No, from the beast's laughter. A shadow looms to your left. The scalding claws punch through your skin.
Rest now, warrior. Your soul is safe with me.
Jody bows her head as she drags her lantern over the corpse from head to foot and back up again. When she reaches the Rathoon's punctured chest, her soul lifts up from the body and drifts towards the lantern. With a shudder, it settles inside the copper cage. An ancient dragon lies before us. Well, perhaps it doesn't lie. Hello.
If that ain't a creature born in my nightmares, I don't know what is.
A creature of smoke and scales, embers and talons looms up from the darkness. Her back and ribs gleam luridly, red as the lake of fire that laps at her feet. She hisses, the sound like rocks grating together in her throat, and though her peeled-back lips forms no words, you understand.
Who comes now to stoke the flames of chaos further? Have I not yet feasted enough? I suppose I can make room for another.
No. That can't be healthy.
Just realized how lucky we are to have never run across a sewer dragon.
I mean, you're not wrong. We've faced a sky dragon, an Ardra dragon, an ice dragon, an undead dragon, and now a fire dragon. I don't think a sewer dragon exists. Well, maybe a black dragon. Eh. Jody chokes on a scream. A dry laugh crackles from the dragon's thick-scaled throat. Wait, I have no intent to fight you.
An easy meal is still a meal, is it not?
The beast stretches her smoldering neck out as she chuffs.
Squeal and scurry, or do not. I will suckle the marrow from your bones regardless soon enough.
The Rathoon failed to honor your magnificence, but I offer my service with humility. Oh, great one.
Do you now? And what need would one so ancient as I have for one so tender as you?
She settles her large body slightly lower into the magma.
Or perhaps you are a tough one? Tougher than these Rathoon?
Why did the Rathoon summon you during Aethys' invasion?
We struck a deal. Eons ago. I did with a wily Barenthis. It's true these Rathoon fed me exquisitely for so long. But today, they sought my wings like a firestorm to battle. My fangs like hot spears to pierce a god. I am the heart of the fire. I cannot be controlled. Not by a giant's weak will, and not by a sputtering trinket. The Rathoon forged their deal when I was but a hatchling. Now no one controls me. And I would never fight a god for fools.
That's awfully cold-blooded for a creature made of fire.
Jody, easy. The dragon snorts smoke from her snout. You tricked the Rathun.
Indeed, I did. But you seem far more clever.
Magrin would do anything to stop Aethys. If she erupts this volcano, you'll be destroyed along with it.
Should I believe the wretched words of a trespasser in my den? Even were it so, the fire feeds me. It can cause me no harm.
Stubborn creature, your obstinance would see you dead. Allow mine to see that you live.
I suppose I slumbered for ages and felt restless for longer. It shall be good to stretch my wings, to hunt. I fly.
With a great heave, she slogs her body from the magma and takes to the sky. Well, we managed to persuade her to leave at least. And there is treasure here.
Why not?
She's not here to tell us not to. Aldris Blade of Captain Crow. Ooh. Ajamut's Stalking Cloak. And some loot. The closer you near to the dimly lit essence that smolders over the Rathun's burnt corpse, the stronger you feel the soul's flickering confusion and grief. Ashen, crooked fingers clutch a still flaming torque, grasping the relic tightly even in death. Reach for the soul. Rather than falling face forward into a vision of the Rathun's final memory, her last thoughts scream through your mind in a jumble of disjointed words and disbelief.
I am burning! I am burning! I am burning! And it is not in pleasure, not for Mother Margaret. I should have listened when she said nothing. But I was willing to die to reach the Everflame, to sacrifice them and everything to ash, to vanquish the Defiler. And I am burning, but not in the flame. Not with honor and eternity, but for a moment. I am disgraced.
Dig deeper into her final memory.
Who will lay the talk before the Mother to fire the way? Who is left? Who will guard the sacred spire, the Mother's mind? Who will descend the shrine to the Defiler's God's face? Not to these hands that are ashes sifting on a breath that is a last sigh of a wretchedly snuffed life. Not to me and mine. Now she who was blackened and befouled and forsaken by the flames, forsaken by Margran.
Pry the torque from the priestess's hand. Twisting the torque free cracks off 3 of the priestess's blackened, brittle fingers. Torque of Bithakten. This eternally burning torque was forged by Margran and bestowed upon the Rathun as a symbol of their submission to the goddess's will. Bithakten is a Rathun word, roughly translating to Everflame. With a final flicker, a last swift and violent shuddering, the soul dims and disintegrates.
Rest easy now, priestess. I'll harvest your soul and your torment too.
Coaxing the soul with a low and soothing voice, Jody jiggles her lantern over the priestess's charred corpse. There's not much left after the trauma the soul endured, but a few glimmering motes whirl around the soft light before fading into the lantern. Well, that's something that's clearly going to be useful. Let's see. Ajamut's Stalking Cloak. 1 to perception, 2 to stealth. 5% damage to weapon attacks made from stealth. Accuracy to weapon attacks made from stealth. And attacks made from stealth stun the target. So a very stealth-focused item. None of us really use stealth. And we also have Aldris Blade of Captain Crow. A one-handed saber. Sharp, exceptional, deals shock damage to target on crit, extra damage is shock, and the wielder gains health on a crit. And 10% of hits converted to crits. That's actually not too bad. What do you currently have? You currently have Tarn's Respite, which is superb. This one has penetration, damage is freeze. Hold on. Can I compare this? So let's see. The Aldrich Blade. It's exceptional, and Tarn's Respite is superb. I could make that superb. That's not a big change. The big difference, this one has damage as shock, gain health on a has 10% damage as shock, and gains health on a crit, plus that other bonus. This one has 15% damage as freeze, and lowers deflection for a minute when he hits. Which stacks. Okay, and that's fully upgraded. Well, this one hits converted. You know what? I think we're gonna keep you with Tarn's Respite. That seems fine to me. So, we've persuaded the dragon to leave, and we've got this torque, which I imagine is probably important for the fire giants. Probably a good thing we went here first. It's possible we could have gone to the fire giants and gotten something from them, but I don't know. Either way, returning this torque to them is probably going to be a very good thing. Oh, did I not loot this? No, I didn't. Oops. Ah, yeah, there's a few here I didn't loot. Oh! There he is.
You spend your whole life thinking you're a giant. And one day that fella shows up at your fortress.
That was awfully profound.
I mean...
Leave it to me.
Yeah, it actually is kind of profound. Very nice, Adair. You don't come up with those too often, but, I mean, very nice. Alright. I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll head into the Jagged Keep and deal with the giants inside. Hopefully, they won't try to kill us. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti. It's been a while. Maya and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. And I shall see you all next time.